In the dead of night, a geopolitical tempest was brewing. As midnight struck over the holy city of Jerusalem, radar screens lit up with an ominous contact. Russian warplanes had penetrated Israeli airspace. In a shocking development that defied explanation, Moscow was making an unprecedented power play in the heart of the Middle East's most volatile conflict zone. With this unexpected airborne provocation, the Kremlin had thrown down a gauntlet that could spark a crisis with ramifications felt around the world. As smoke trails lingered in the sky above the sacred city, diplomats raced to discern what had possessed Russia to take such drastic action, and what may come next in this high-stakes game of brinkmanship over the holy city that has haunted the world for generations. For decades, the Middle East has been entangled in an enduring conflict, witnessing numerous clashes between Palestinians advocating for an independent state and Israel asserting its security concerns. The persistent blockade of Gaza by Israel and Egypt has led to dire humanitarian conditions, transforming it into a focal point for Palestinian sympathizers globally. Russia's audacious decision to deploy warplanes over Jerusalem signifies a more assertive stance in support of Gaza. The move aims to secure backing from Palestinians and other Middle Eastern nations, solidifying Russia's image as a champion of the Palestinian cause. The global response to Russia's intervention ranged from alarm to condemnation. The United States, a steadfast ally of Israel, expressed deep concern, prompting an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council to address the crisis. European nations also voiced apprehensions, emphasizing the urgent need for a peaceful resolution to the escalating conflict. Conversely, several Middle Eastern nations, including Iran and Turkey, welcomed Russia's intervention and offered support to the Palestinian cause. This growing division in international reactions underscores the complexity of the situation and the potential strain on global alliances and diplomatic efforts. The introduction of Russian warplanes into an already volatile region has heightened concerns about the escalation of tensions and the potential for a broader conflict. In response to the Russian incursion, Israel implemented heightened security measures, activating missile defense systems and mobilizing its armed forces. The situation on the ground is tense, with both sides demonstrating readiness to defend their interests in Gaza. As Palestinian factions celebrate Russia's support, the world watches with trepidation, uncertain about the future trajectory of this unfolding geopolitical drama. The stakes are high, and the repercussions of these actions have the potential to reshape the dynamics of the Middle East and beyond. But there's also a cautious wariness among various actors, who are keen not to become pawns in a larger geopolitical game. The situation remains fluid, with the risk of an unintended military confrontation between Israel and Russia growing by the minute. The consequences of Russia's intervention in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict are far-reaching, posing significant challenges to regional and global stability. The Middle East, already a volatile region, now faces the prospect of heightened instability due to Russia's actions. With multiple actors involved and conflicting interests at play, the risk of regional conflict and spillover effects cannot be underestimated. Russia's intervention is likely to strain diplomatic relations between Moscow and Washington, as well as with other Western nations. The United States and its allies may respond with sanctions or punitive measures, leading to a further deterioration of international relations. The already stalled peace process between Israel and Palestine is likely to face further setbacks. The involvement of a major power like Russia introduces a new dynamic that may complicate negotiations and make achieving a lasting peace even more challenging. While Russia's support for Gaza is welcomed by many Palestinians, it may not necessarily lead to an immediate improvement in the humanitarian situation. The risk of further violence and civilian casualties remains, exacerbating the already dire conditions in the territory. As tensions escalate, global implications beyond the immediate region come into focus, adding a layer of complexity to an already intricate geopolitical landscape. The world watches with a mix of concern and uncertainty, mindful of the potential cascading effects that could reshape the dynamics not only in the Middle East, but also on the global stage. Russia's intervention serves as a pivotal moment in global politics, challenging the established dominance of the United States in the Middle East and signaling Russia's aspirations to position itself as a global power broker. The involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict reverberates across global politics, marking a departure from the status quo and illuminating key trends in international relations. The assertiveness displayed by Russia in the Middle East, exemplified at a critical juncture, underlines the shift towards multipolarity in international politics. With the United States encountering challenges to its traditional leadership role, other influential powers like Russia are seizing the opportunity to fill the void. The Middle East has transformed into an arena for geopolitical competition, with major powers vying for influence and strategic advantage. Russia's intervention acts as a stark reminder that the race for regional dominance is reaching new heights. The global response to Russia's actions underscores the fluidity of alliances and partnerships on the world stage. Traditional allies may find themselves on opposing sides of geopolitical disputes, prompting a realignment and recalibration of diplomatic strategies. The escalating tensions in the Middle East raise profound concerns about global security. In this uncertain landscape, the risk of unintended military conflicts and their potential consequences for international peace and security loom large. The evolving situation in the Middle East necessitates a careful examination of the various actors involved in their respective interests. The world watches with heightened awareness, cognizant of their potential ramifications, as the geopolitical landscape undergoes a profound transformation. Israel, a long-standing ally of the United States, now grapples with a complex scenario, carefully navigating the fine line between ensuring its security and avoiding a direct confrontation with Russia. In response to Russia's intervention, the Israeli government has acted swiftly, bolstering its military readiness and reiterating its dedication to safeguarding sovereignty. Simultaneously, diplomatic channels are actively pursued to de-escalate the crisis, with a keen awareness on the broader repercussions a prolonged conflict could have for Palestinians in Gaza. For Palestinians, Russia's intervention brings a mix of hope and uncertainty. While they welcome international support for their cause, there's a palpable awareness that the fate of their territory hangs in the balance. A critical question arises regarding the extent of Russia's willingness to engage in direct military conflict with Israel. Moscow has displayed a readiness to flex its military muscle, yet it treads cautiously, recognizing the profound consequences a full-blown war could have for Russia both regionally and globally. Consequently, it appears likely that Russia will maintain strategic posturing while allowing room for diplomatic negotiations. On the global stage, the United Nations and other international organizations face the formidable challenge of managing this crisis. The Security Council, in particular, must navigate the intricate dynamics of global power while endeavoring to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The urgency of the situation calls for diplomatic efforts aimed at de-escalating tensions and providing a platform for meaningful negotiations involving all parties. The United States, as a traditional ally of Israel, finds itself in a delicate position. Balancing its commitment to Israeli security with the goal of maintaining stable relations with Russia presents a formidable challenge. The Biden administration, expressing deep concern about the situation, is actively seeking a diplomatic path forward. Collaboration with European allies is anticipated as the United States coordinates a response to address the complexities of the evolving crisis. The Middle East faces a critical juncture as Russia's intervention reshapes power dynamics. Diplomacy is key to finding a peaceful resolution, and global collaboration, including the Europeans' pivotal role, is crucial. As tensions linger, let's discuss. What innovative diplomatic solutions do you think could de-escalate this crisis? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Thanks for joining the conversation.